Hi, I'm Jan Nichols with my guests Weinzweig and Paul Saginaw, partners and co-founders of the world-renowned, and I'm not exaggerating, Zingerman's Delicatessan. It's a classic love story. Boys meet. They share a passion for the perfect corned beef on rye. They go on a quest to share their love of good food and awaken the taste buds of humanity. The result is an insanely great deli and a community of related businesses based on the principle of traditionally made food with knock-your-socks-off great taste. But wait, there's more. Paul and Ari have figured out a way to grow their business without giving up what makes it great in the first place. You could call it a grand plan, but what they've done is create the language and landscape of Zingerman's culture. If there is someone who hasn't heard of Zingerman's, how would you describe it to them?
We're a delicatessen. We focus on traditionally made and full-flavored food, as you said. We started in 1982 with the two of us and 2 employees in a very small space in the historic district in Ann Arbor, a neighborhood called Tarrytown. And today we have a community of businesses that includes our mail order business, our bakery, a creamery where we make handmade cream cheese, and gelato and other great things. Our little coffee roasting business, our training business, which is called Zing Training, and then Zingerman's Roadhouse, which is a full-service sit-down restaurant that specializes or focuses on all regional American food and wine and beers. And then we have about 500 people working.
Did you mention mail order?
I started with mail order, but thanks for checking, because it would be a bad
Did you
full
mention
pot
that,
if I left it
that
out.
we had our own website? Zingermans.com?
When you started out in 1982, what was your idea of success?
Well, I don't, nobody starts out opening a business not thinking they're going to be successful. Otherwise, you wouldn't do it. Our goals were certainly, and our vision was certainly not as lofty as it is today. But we really wanted to have a great corned beef sandwich and a great place for people to shop and eat, in a wonderful place where people could come and enjoy working in.
You found a way to grow the business without giving up what was great about it in the first place. It's a great story, by the way, in the Inc. magazine article, where they were the coolest small company in America. In that article, it mentioned, Paul, that you pulled Ari out of an intense day in July when something was broken in the kitchen.
Almost July, there you go.
And talk a little bit about that. How did you capture his attention, and how did you know that was really important to do?
Well, in the early days, I would capture his attention by hitting him upside the head.
Okay.
That was.
But then after a lot of brain cells got this live,
That was
it
how I
didn't work so
generally
well
captured
anymore because I didn't
attention.
notice when he was hitting me upside.
So after I hit him good and hard, I dragged him outside
By the hair.
By the hair. We had gone along. We had been open for about 9-10 years, and we had had a pretty nice growth, and we each year, sales were growing, profitability was pretty good, but to me, we had reached a point where I thought that the energy wasn't as high as it had been. That it didn't seem that people were as excited or as engaged, or I wasn't, and I was projecting it onto everyone. It was troubling to me, and as I thought about it, I realized that I didn't think that we had a clear vision of where we were going, and so I posed a question to Ari. I said, okay, we've been at this for about 10 years. What do we look like 10 years from now? What do we want to be doing? What do we want the business to look like? And so that started a dialogue that lasted about a year. I wanted to have growth, dynamic growth. I wanted the people in our organization to be able to buy homes and to raise families and send kids to school. I wanted to have a robust benefits plan so people could have good health insurance. And I wanted them to be able to, all of us, and the people that we work with, to be able to grow professionally and financially. So, but how are we going to do that without changing what our initial vision was that we weren't going to grow by replicating ourselves. So that's the dialogue we had.
We really don't call it a plan, we call it a vision. Because the plan for us is how we get from where we are to that vision. And people mistake, what this is about, and I learned it from Paul and other people, is painting a picture of the future as you want it to be. It doesn't tell you how you're going to get there. And we really didn't know how we were going to get there. That's what you figure out en route. So this didn't say, in this year we're going to do this, and in this year we're going to do this. It just said, in 2009, here's where we're going to be at.
Wow, there's no great place to end a good conversation, but I'm afraid we're out of time. Until next time, I'm your host, Jan Nichols, reminding you to eat lunch. Sure, it tastes great, especially if you eat it at Zingerman's, but more importantly, no one's creative on an empty stomach. See you again soon for more conversations with creative minds. Oh, and please find out more about this episode and other programs in the series by visiting us on the World Wide Web at conversationswithcreativeminds.com. Thanks.
Thank you.
And we're a wrap.
All right.